Welcome to Coach's Roundtable. I'm Ed Codi. To my right, the Swami, George Abraham. To my left, the Tiger, Albert Campman. We have a 2-hour show, but we only have 30 minutes to do it. Let's go spotlight high school basketball. We're in the playoffs from District 7 to District 9, District 10, boys and girls. Devin Carney of Butler, 31. John Sabo, Slippery Rock High School, 28. Liam Mignona of Hampton, 28. Kylie Davenport, Summit Academy, 25. Rain Gratzmiller of Butler, 24. Vinnie Clark of Freeport, 22. Andrew Matalone of North Catholic, 22. Jameson O'Toole of Pine Richland, 21. Joey Dudkowski of Pine Richland, 20. Man Clement of Butler, 20. Ben Tomer, North Catholic, 21. That was in a 77-67 playoff loss to Lincoln Park to end their season. For the girls, Ella McDermott of Slippery Rock High School, 28. McKenna Mayer of Butler, 24. Elena Rocco of North Catholic, 24. That's in a 61-33 playoff win over Laurel. Megan Murray of Hampton, 22. And Daisha Lewandowski of North Catholic, 20. Pittsburgh Tribune High School WPL Wrestling results 113-pound rankings, class. Ty Chappell of Seneca Valley, 27 and 4. 126-pound class second. Dylan Coy of North Allegheny, 24 and 2. 152-pound class first. Callan Lafley of Pine Richland, 21 and 1. And a 215-pound class that's loaded, tied for first. Liam Voklos of Seneca Valley, he is undefeated, 16 and 0. High school indoor track, Butler boys won the Tri-State Indoor Track Championship at Edinburgh University for the second straight year. And Butler's distance medley relay team, they broke the meet record. They now have the fastest time in the state and the third fastest time in the country, led by C.J. Singleton, Lucas Sleer, Ryder Criley, and Drew Griffith. How about that? Third fastest in the country. Yeah. College basketball, local, Ashlyn Pry, BC3. She's from Montauk. She had games of 23 and 20 points. Haley Metzger of Butler for BC3. She had games of 21 and 20. And Julian Sanks, BC3, he's from Knock. He had a game of 37 points. Our stories of the week: the NFL, the Steelers hired Brian Flores as special assistant and linebacker coach. His lawsuit continues against the NFL. Terrell Austin is new defensive coordinator. Pretty good pay, right, George? Almost $2 million.
Yeah, that's what the old guy was making, 1.7.
So, but the question is, will Tomlin let these two guys run the defense, or is he going to stick his nose in there like he did with LeBeau and Keith Butler?
I think he will. I think he'll coach him up. That's his trademark. Yeah. His defense. I don't think he can give it up completely, but I think he has trust in both of them.
Right.
I think he has trust in both.
He brings an experienced guy in Flores who's was around Belichick for 9 years, 10 years,
right.
A couple Super Bowls. Can he help these linebackers get them straightened out? That's the main thing. I'm sure they're going to be looking at draft picks there for the linebackers. And GM Kevin Colbert, he'll help Art Rooney hire the new GM. And then Colbert mentioned that Mason Rudolph, he'll be the Steelers' quarterback next year. The Steelers are number 20 in the draft. And guys, this thing about quarterbacks, we look at it. I mean, it's the riskiest position to draft. Look at the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets. They've been trying for 40 years to draft a quarterback. That's how hard it is. You could say the Steelers lucked out in getting Roethlisberger. But even with the Hall of Fame quarterback, Roethlisberger, the last 5 years, the Steelers have 0 playoff wins. Only 3 in the last 11 years. 1 AFC championship game in the last 8 years. So what are your thoughts about Colbert saying we're going to go with Mason Rudolph?
Well, I'm not a Rudolph guy. You know, I've said it all along. They cannot win. They cannot be in the playoffs with him. But I don't see a ready-made quarterback coming in ready to play either. So I would look to go get somebody in the free agent if they have the money to get somebody. And
there's a question. Do they want to spend?
I just don't know if there is one.
Do you want Trubisky at $15 million a year?
No, I will not spend $15 million on him. No, and that's the problem. You're right.
Are you going to get him for $5 million? You're already giving Rudolph $5 million.
Teddy Bridgewater the same. They're all gappers.
He already
They're
makes
all-
like 12 million,
They're all
doesn't he?
gappers.
Too much
And-
money. You're right, George.
Yeah, and the other thing is too. You were talking. I interpreted Colbert's message to be slightly short of "he's the man."
Right.
I interpreted of "he's the man right now."
Right now.
Whatever that means.
And look, when you go to the draft, they have 32 million in cap money. It sounds like a lot, but it really isn't that much. Your safest picks in the draft down through the years are offensive linemen.
That's
And
where I
then-
go.
and you
That's
get-
where I go.
And that's where they need to go.
on their back.
And then
They're-
defensive
There's
backs.
4 really good tackles in the draft.
Yeah.
And there are a lot.
At 20, they should be
Couple
able to get
centers.
one.
The center from Iowa.
Yeah, they should be able to get one.
Yeah.
Right.
And I would like the NC State tackle. Watched him play, and I think he's the best of the bunch. We'll see what happens, but I think offensive line is where they should go. I'll
I
say
do
that right
too.
now.
And defensive backs, they need them too. That's another safe area.
I think you can get good defensive backs, so not unless there's a special one, you can get them in the 3rd, 4th round just as good. You know,
Right.
that's what I
Th-
believe.
Those are safe picks.
Uh-huh.
And at number 20 with their pick, if you're thinking about a quarterback, once again, the guy I think that might be there is Sam Howell of North Carolina. I have Pickett going to where maybe Denver or
They have
Carolina.
Denver at 8. I mean, some of the mocks, not all, but I've seen that.
If he's as good as they're saying he is,
He
he
won't be
shouldn't
there
be there
20. No.
at number 20.
No, they don't make sense. These people saying about Pickett, they said, well, we should go. He's not going to be there.
Right. Now, I like Howell. I've watched him play several
George
times.
knows how much I like him. I'm a big Howell man, but still.
He ran for 800
At
yards
20th
last year.
Pick, the 20th pick.
Yeah.
If him and a good offensive line, he and an offensive lineman, I want the offensive lineman.
I
I don't
agree.
want
Depending
I
who,
agree.
if the center is
who's
there
there,
from
yes.
Iowa,
Instead
I'm
of
taking a
who's
The
center
guy can
from
play
Iowa.
10, 12 years on the line.
Yes.
I agree. No, their problems start there.
Starts there, and then they need to start looking at defensive linemen. Evidently, their
Yeah.
inside linebackers are small by NFL standards. They need to beef that position up, and they need corners.
No, I think, too. I think they
There's a
need
lot of needs already.
Yeah, well, that's why.
Don't you think they need an answer from Tuitt?
yeah. Oh, yes.
mean,
He's so important.
Well, listen again
He's
to what
so
I
important.
Because
said.
they have him.
With a Hall of Fame quarterback, 0 playoff wins the last 5 years, and only 3 in
It's
11
hard in the
years.
NFL. It's hard.
And because they're so deficient in the other areas.
It's hard in the NFL, yes.
All right, Aaron Rodgers, the Green Bay soap opera continues. When do they finally say to him, Aaron, go?
They can't.
Give us the number 1 pick.
Can't.
But he keeps holding them hostage now for the 2nd straight year. I think he's a great quarterback, obviously Hall of Fame, won Super Bowl, but he couldn't beat Frisco last year when they didn't score a touchdown.
Yeah, they're not leaving him go unless they're really getting something. He's a 2-time MVP. I mean, you can't just. That's like I said
13-3
about
last
Watt.
year. You know that. 13-3 twice.
Yeah, I can't say you can't let him go.
What does he
Can't let him
want?
go.
What's he
I know that, but
continue to
still,
play
he-
this
but
game?
they-
He once talked about
Eddie, when he's
Yeah.
gone, though, Eddie, they'll go to
I-
7 and 9.
Oh, I
that
agree.
guy.
So,
Oh,
so you
that
can't let him go. He's
That dude
he's
from
that
Utah
good.
State's so good.
Can you get a number 1 pick for him right now and a number 2?
Oh, they're
maybe?
going to want several ones.
I would think.
And that's the problem.
He's going to be 39 years old.
I know.
This talk about some of these people, sports people in Pittsburgh,
They
talking
don't
about
know.
Aaron Rodgers.
I don't want
and
Aaron
Russell
Rodgers. No
Wilson.
chance because they don't have a team to win it right now.
No, they're
Why
fans.
would he's not going to win the championship?
Why would they
for
want
him.
to come here?
Those
Yeah.
guys are fanboys anyway. They're fanboys. They should do that show with a big P on their shirt. Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah. They haven't. Be honest with the people. Say, well, we're going to get Pickett. No, you're not going to get Pickett.
And look what the Ravens are doing. Lamar Jackson, his last year of his contract, it's doing wait and see.
Yeah.
The Browns and Baker Mayfield, his last year, wait and see. And I agree.
And I don't agree with Cleveland because they never get it right. But Baltimore doesn't get it wrong ever.
No.
They're like Pittsburgh. They've always
do a
done
good job.
when they make a decision. It seems like it's the right
Absolutely.
one. You can't go against Baltimore.
I'm thinking Mayfield's coming back. I'm of a different mindset.
And he's going to be healthy.
I think
so.
he's
But
gonna be-
what I'm saying is the Browns are being cautious. They're not going to throw
No,
that big
throwing away
contract out there.
300 million. No.
Hey, however you think of what the Steelers did last year, T.J. Watt had 2 years remaining on his contract at about $14 million a year. The Steelers could have waited. They didn't have to jump and give him that contract, but they did. You could look at it either way and make an argument in either case.
And I sat here and said it was the best signing of all time because you can't let the best player defense. You can't let the best player leave.
Well,
And
he
they
wasn't
did.
going to leave. He had 2 years left.
But I'm
They
saying,
haven't tied
but
up.
they got him now. They got him, and
But I mean,
that's how good he is.
He could have played
He's
last
so
year
great.
and this year, and then they could have signed him. But hey,
But by
that's
the
the
time
way
they signed him,
things
then
are
they
now.
were going to sign him at all. So they got him signed. I'm happy they got him signed.
Here's the thing about the great quarterbacks. They lead you to win last possession of the game. For those guys, that field, they could be 90 yards away. It's a short field for them, and they'll lead you to Super Bowls. For the average quarterbacks, that field now becomes 200 yards long. Look at the Bradys and the Montanas and the Elways and the Mannings, and that's what they do for you. But how rare it is to get these guys.
Today's world, you lead me into my thinking is it's hard to win with a veteran quarterback because you have to pay him so much money, and you can't pay the rest of the team.
Can't get the rest of the
so
team.
That's why,
where it's
like Burrows, he's going to find out when he's going to demand his money. Cincinnati's going to go boom. So they better win now.
Well, they up before they do, but that $52 million, that $55 million they have this year, that
they have to use it wisely.
They're going to beef
up
They're going to beef up that offensive line.
When have they ever spent money though? You wait till they do it. Don't give them too much credit.
Well, it's there. The 55
It's there.
million.
No, I know it's there.
I think they're having that taste of Burrow being so young. I'd be shocked that they don't bring in at least 2 free agent offensive linemen that are out there, the best that are out there. Hey, let me ask you something. I read this in the paper, and I'm trying to wrap my head around it. They have an offensive coordinator, then they have a run game coordinator, and they have a pass game coordinator. What's the offensive coordinator for? Is this overkill?
That's what Belichick started that. Yeah. So you understand that when you follow a great coach, they say, this is the way to do it. Saban does it. This is the way to do it. They follow so that's just a follow the way go.
And there's something in that league about going after another person's position. It can't be lateral. In other words, they throw a coordinator tag on them. Then if the other team wants them for just a regular coach, they can't get them.
You wonder how Lombardi and Knoll and Landry and those guys won. One offensive coordinator, one defensive coordinator.
They're measuring their rests now. They're putting monitors on their feet and measuring how much they sleep.
The report now on Pickett, they don't like his hands. His hands are too small. They measure
so is Darnold's arms too short, too.
Yeah, Darnold's really struggling. He's having a rough time. Aaron Donald.
Once again,
Darnold,
it's not an exact science. No. It's risky. You're going to pick a quarterback here, quarterback
there. They're there
there.
this weekend. That's what they're doing out there this weekend. I talked to my buddy that's an agent. He's out there, and they're out there, and they see how's that arm? I'll take him down, put him in the X-ray.
And I want to see this year Trevor Lawrence with the new coach.
Yeah.
Is he going to make that? Is he going to make that big stride?
Depends on the team.
Year?
He's already a great player. I don't even question how great.
I think he's a better coach.
You have to have a team around him.
He has a better coach.
Yeah.
And
you're getting drafted in the last.
Well, he's got a quarterback guy too, right? Isn't that guy known for?
Yeah.
Wasn't he at Kansas City before Philly?
Yes.
I think he's been around. He's much better. Much better. He's not that.
He won the Super Bowl with that dude from Arizona.
Not that raw stuff.
It's like Troy Aikman. He was 1-13 his first year. I mean, until he started getting better players around him.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, 3 years from now, they're saying, "Wow, they're really good." Yeah, that's going to happen.
Hey, National Hockey League, Crosby, a goal 500 and Penn's 5-4 win over the Flyers. Then ran into Carolina and lost 4-3. Carolina, so much speed and skill. And how about what they did? The National Hockey League record scoring goals 9 seconds in both the second and third periods. Unheard of.
Yeah.
But there's a team that the Pens have trouble matching up against because of their speed and skill. Pens dropped to second place, 4 points behind Carolina. Roughly 30 games left. You have playoff seeding at stake and home ice advantage at stake. Yeah, you got to play your best hockey now.
I feel means zero in the hockey. I really do. That's my thinking that you can win. You can win out of the 8th spot. You can win out of the 1st spot. You can win out of the 4th spot. It's going to depend on one thing.
They lost at home.
Your
before.
goalie. It's going to depend on your goalie. Yeah. If he's hot in the playoffs, baby, you're riding him home. If not, you're going home early.
And it depends on how healthy you are.
That's true too. Health is true.
Bluger coming back will be. They've lost some of that chemistry with his injury, but he's now eating through a straw. 6 to 8 weeks for that jaw.
He'll lose 25 pounds.
How about that's a tough.
Those hockey players are unbelievably tough.
They are.
Unbelievably tough.
Amazing.
No, yeah.
Well, here we go again. The USFL, United States Football League. What is this? The 4th time they're trying this spring league. It's going to be in Birmingham, Alabama. So the Pittsburgh will have their old Maulers back. But if you want to see them play in person, you have to fly to Birmingham to watch the game. Is this going to make any difference, this league? The word is the second year, then they'll play in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. My thought is this. They don't have the egos they had like Donald Trump the first time. If they accept themselves for what they are, a minor league,
second tier,
second tier Always have a guy ready. Hey, I need a tackle. Hey, call that guy for the Maulers. They don't have to go to Europe.
And you know what they're hoping for? This baseball strike.
Absolutely.
Lockout stays.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. They get the line on Vegas, like on FanDuel and all.
I
Absolutely.
mean, will I look at it? Of course I'll look at it.
Yeah.
Some football, it could be some good games. And you know the NFL is going to look at it. Maybe there's a player there, another Kurt Wagner.
And I was going
possibly.
to say the same thing to you. It's just words out of my mouth. The reason it's important is there's some players out there that are NFL caliber,
Right.
That are getting a chance to say, "See, you missed me. You missed on me.
Yeah.
You missed on me."
It
That's
could
my
be a
saying.
It's like NFL Europe, only they don't have to travel over. I think it's if they know they're a minor league.
Right. Don't get carried
No,
away.
you're not the NFL. Don't try to be.
Yeah. So
I agree with you.
if they're successful, then the next year in the spring you'll be able to go see the Pittsburgh
That's sweet.
Maulers
That's sweet.
play.
Yeah.
Now, Major League Baseball, Major League Doll, impasse remains. Lockout negotiation. The owners said they threatened to shorten the season. Be no makeup games, no pay. And I'm going to say this. The millionaires and players say they're not making enough money. They've lost money. The owners want this and that. I'm concerned about the people who work in concessions, parking lot attendants, those bars and restaurants around. They're the ones that stand to lose their livelihoods as compared to these players. We said this before, guys. Won't they take a look at the National Hockey League and how they saved all those franchises with the cap and they're sharing? Baseball is dying a slow death. It's boring and exciting and unexciting. When you get a guy like Jim Leyland who says that it is boring and no longer exciting, that ought to be a big red flag for them to look at. No cap, no floor as you want. The analytics has ruined the game. A baseball manager, as we knew of him, he's a white buffalo. He's gone.
He's a zero. And fans, as you watch this, Eddie and George and me do not talk about the show ahead of time. And today Eddie happened to mention to me about the towns and the vendors, and I said, you couldn't be more right. That's the part
Those
of
are
ball.
the people you
That's
worry
the part
about.
of ball. And I said, us three are old timers that get it. These other people are greedy, they don't get it. Bradenton going down the tubes down there.
Florida and Arizona's who they're killing.
yeah,
They
yeah.
still have a month to kill Pittsburgh.
You know what? People don't realize that this guy works as a vendor at
Yes.
at PNC.
That's why he makes his
He's
living.
a vendor at the Steelers game.
Yeah, he makes his
He
living.
works at the Penn's hockey. That's how he makes his
That's
living.
exactly right. They don't they don't care. That's
They
what
don't
bothers
care,
me.
no.
They don't care.
What they won't do is to have a penalty in a revenue sharing. In other words, if the Pirates got $50 million in revenue sharing, they need to spend, say, at least 40% of that on player improvement, or they have to give the money back.
Right.
But they won't do that. They're too greedy to do it.
Yes. Greed, that word's come up 3 times on our show today, and that's the whole problem with Major League Baseball. They can't get past their greed. They can't. I mean, I can't imagine that they say $600,000 that's not much money. Think about saying that. A kid who grew up in a neighborhood has no money. He says, "Wait a minute, I can make $600,000 someday." And they said, "Yeah, you're going to find out it's not much money." Oh my gosh!
Their arguments over how long they control. That's the big thing.
What the National Hockey League realized was to do this cap and create this competitive balance, which does not exist. You could say the same teams every year. It'd be the Dodgers, Yankees, Red Sox, so on and so forth. Forget about the Pirates or Reds and those teams. There's no competitive balance. National Hockey League saw that problem there and changed it. Baseball's not willing to do it.
I don't understand why.
The big money markets don't see a need for it.
You made a good valid point a few weeks ago. Look what happened to boxing, how it killed
It's
itself.
gone. There's no horse racing. Try finding a horse race with more than 6 horses in it.
Yeah, and baseball's dying a slow death. That's the way it
Absolutely.
is. Hey, college football and maybe even basketball, the new NCAA Constitution provides an opportunity for the richest programs to do their own thing and get even richer. See the Sports Illustrated issue for March, and the College Football Playoff Committee, they're sticking with 4 teams through 2025.
Yep.
The ACC and the Big 12 pitted against the SEC, which wants 12, taking in Texas and Oklahoma. The ACC and the Big 12 see it as a ploy. They're not gonna go for it. Guys, you've heard me say this before. The day's coming when the Power 5 are going to break away, have their own commissioner, and they're going to expand from football to include basketball and form their own conferences.
Well, the NCAA killed themselves, and The Supreme Court got them big time. They have no power at all. But
This NIL
Yeah.
has neutered them completely.
Yeah.
Oh,
They have no jurisdiction.
look, Texas A&M show the recruits the money.
yeah.
They don't need Jimbo Fisher to go out and recruit.
No.
They need Bob,
Billy Bob to
go out and say,
Absolutely.
"You
It's
want to
happening.
drive my Mercedes for
It's
this
already
year?"
happened.
That's what's going on.
And A&M is going to be the runaway. Now Alabama is still the king. I know that. But A&M is going like this. They're cutting it into it because they're going to have the best recruiting classes in the next 5 years. Because they're just going to pay them millions of dollars to come to school. Think about saying this to a kid. You come here, guess what? We're giving you $1 million.
And you can't blame the ACC and the Big 12 for looking at the SEC and say, "Yeah, you want 12. You want
You'll have 6 of them.
You want half of your own teams in there,
Right.
and you want all that money grab for yourself. What is it supposed to be another
Another
$500
money.
million?
This is what a Wall Street show today. It's about money.
Lane Kiffin wasn't right. What did he say about Texas A&M? They've already went over their cap for the year. And Jimbo Fisher got angry.
I don't care if he gets angry. It's the truth.
How about Jimbo said, "Ain't no school better."
I'm a dude. That's the one I like. I'm a
Great
dude.
representation
Yeah, I'm
for
a dude.
Texas A&M grads. Hey, more NFL, the power of two. I was reading this article. You know who Jennifer King is? She's an assistant running back coach for the new Washington Commanders. Much about that later. And she constitutes two minorities, however. She's black and she's female. So what happens now when she wants to be an offensive coordinator, and it's going to happen, or when she wants to apply and be a head coach, she constitutes two minorities.
Two for the price of one. I like it. I like
She's
it.
going to have a lot of, from what I understand, they say the players at first were a little bit, looked at her and said, "Wow, what?" But they said she's turned out to be an excellent coach.
Well, I hope she is. I hope she is. That's all I can say.
Players care about one thing: win. Can we
Yeah,
win?
that's when. The day's going to come.
She can
It's
be
going to
purple.
happen.
If they win, they like her. That's
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Let me say this about them. They picked that name, Commanders. What could they not have picked a better name like Red Foxes or even the Red Hogs? Remember they had the
I'll tell you the
Hogs?
name should have picked
When they-
Redskins.
I mean, Commanders. Where they going to go? The Fighting
jeez.
Commies? I don't understand it.
No.
It's strange. It took them 2 years to come up with a name.
Well,
Commanders.
the best is now they're investigating these photo shoots. They take these cheerleaders who have nothing on at the games anyways, and they take them and they do these bathing suit shoots, and they take these rich guys along, and now they're moaning about them spying. What they think they were going to do.
It's a real mess.
It's a mess.
Hey, you guys ready for it? You know what the SGL is?
No,
The
I don't.
Saudi Golf League.
Oh, no, I
do
do
know
know.
that.
Yeah, I do now. I wouldn't have known until you said it.
Phil Mickelson.
Yeah.
He ruined his life. That's what he did.
He's done it about. He said he wanted to force change for the PGA. I don't understand. He's a multi-millionaire by supporting a rival golf league financed by the Saudis. Phil said he was willing. I said, am I reading this? He's willing to overlook Saudi Arabia's human rights record to get the new league started. And I say, Phil, did you ever hear 911 where 19 of the 21 terrorists were from Saudi Arabia?
Right.
And the Saudi government knew about him.
He blew this one.
The other golfers, thank God, they
Oh, yeah.
attacked him.
Yeah, McIlroy in particular.
He's lost some sponsors.
Yeah. Oh no! Right that day.
And he's done a reversal
Yeah.
on what he said. He couldn't have been thinking this through. I'm willing to overlook their human rights record.
Yeah, he ruined his life by opening his big mouth. I have a thought behind the scenes. Because I read about Phil Mickelson. He's a big gambler.
Oh, he's huge.
You know, he won $900,000 in the Super Bowl when
Yeah.
the St. Louis Rams
Yeah, he's
won.
a big gambler. So I have a feeling he's went in the hole a little bit. Saw a chance to make some gigantic money in the that Saudi league, and he got caught up in it. And all of a sudden, why did I do this? I was stupid.
Well, he could have gone without saying anything.
Yeah, he could have kept his mouth shut.
Just stay quiet. Just stay quiet.
You have the Masters.
LeBron doesn't say about the human rights violations in China. He wants to sell shoes. But Jordan say Republicans buy shoes too.
You have the Masters, you have the U.S. Open, you have the British Open. You need the Saudi Golf League Open on top of all that.
No.
Crazy.
One of the stupidest things done. Mickelson's always been known for his generosity.
Right.
And now all of a sudden he's going to be known for that stupid
I
statement.
think he thought he could jump out and be a leader here and be the drum major and it turned
Yeah.
around
Those
and
guys
bit
are
him in the
staying.
rear end.
Those guys are staying.
Kentucky Derby, Bob Baffert, and another disqualification of last year's winner. How much damage? You're the big horse guy. Is this being done to this prestigious event?
Huge damage. The horse is dead. The horse died.
Right, heart
I
attack.
mean, no, yeah. I mean, how many times are they going to catch this guy before they do anything about it?
He went from being at the pinnacle of
Yeah.
sports champions, and now he's disqualified himself.
Well, my first thought on it was, this is George rubbing off on me. You think this is the first time he's did it?
No.
That's the one.
No,
They're
I'll
telling us
say
dummies.
that.
They're making it sound like
Yeah.
I think
He's never done this
He's never
before.
done this before.
And then again, you know how much testing is being done.
I know.
It's like a player.
He was
goes-
one step ahead of him, though.
It's-
Always
yeah.
the people that cheat
Yeah.
are always one step ahead of the test.
Well, it's like the players go out and they think, well, I'm going to put this anabolic steroid in me. They won't catch me. I'm a new player. And they catch you.
They try to reverse these drugs. Like, they said, oh, he's pregnant. Wait a minute. What was he taking? Because I didn't know. No, you were masking it and got
Yeah.
caught.
How about when they say, well, I took it for arthritis.
Yeah. That girl in Russia, she said her meds were too close to her grandpa's meds. Yeah, that happens all the time. It jumps out of that bottle into you.
Hey, guys, the PIAA rules Butler football ineligible for District 10 playoffs. Butler is now considering to take legal action against the WPIL and PIAA, taking them to court. Is this the right thing for Butler to do?
gosh.
Legal action?
I can't even
take taxpayers' money?
I can't grasp it. See, it's past my thought, Eddie, that
I'm-
high school sports is taking it into lawsuits in the classification. I can't. I got to admit, fans, I'm an old dinosaur. I just thought you played football on Friday night and enjoyed it. Now we're in the law. Now we're in the lawsuits.
I mean, some people make WPIL out, oh, why did they do this to Butler? But that would be like Vanderbilt saying the SEC, we want to leave in football and join the MAC, but we want to stay in all the other sports. And when I had
we want to
Amy
play
Schu-
for we want to play St.
Yeah.
Francis, but we want to play for the championship down the road.
I don't know about this move, going to this length and taking it to that level.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
I did see that in the paper the other day. I was surprised. What are you going to do? I mean, the bottom line is that they've made a little bit of progress here, but they want to play for a championship, and
Which they only have to win the one game to do that.
Yeah.
Hey, before we finish here, goodbye to Hershey, the PIAA, after considering Beaver Stadium. They've announced that the next
great.
4 years will be played at a high school in the east.
It's there. No, it's there where their office is.
Yeah, where Mechanicsburg.
Yes.
And I'm saying, why can't you alternate that? You have nice stadiums like NA and Pine Ridge or Slippery Rock University in Westchester. Why can't you alternate
Penn
this
State
from
bid
year to year?
it. Penn State bid it.
Penn State bid it. Are you going to play a game in a 100,000
I do
seat
think
stadium?
that's a problem there, yeah.
Crazy. More to come about that. Stay tuned. That's it for us this week. We run out of time.
Level up your internet. Zoom Extreme from Armstrong gives you unlimited data at our fastest speeds available. That means unlimited gaming, unlimited streaming, and unlimited downloading with no fear of overage charges, delivered on our super reliable fiber optic network. But that's not all. Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi provides complete coverage throughout your home, to the devices that need it most, and it gets better each day. Take advantage of the best value in broadband. Zoom Extreme from Armstrong. The future is faster. The future is now.
No one plans for a plumbing emergency. If it happens, turn to the experts at Armstrong Comfort Solutions. Matt Mertz Plumbing is now part of the Armstrong Comfort family. Do you have a leaking pipe, a toilet backing up? When you need a plumber, you want an honest, licensed professional. We're available 24/7. Our plumbing experts can handle any need or emergency, including trenchless sewer replacement. Armstrong Comfort Solutions and Matt Mertz Plumbing, two great local companies coming together to better serve Western PA.